Hey everyone, SunTide here. Hope you all are doing great. So, Time Update 3 came out, and so last night I was streaming for like 7 hours with some friends trying to reliably beat Omega Planetus, and I could not do it. Somehow, the first try, I managed to completely solo it in like 38 minutes, but I could not replicate that, and I was getting absolutely smashed by the Savage mode. However, I just came up with some good ways to actually reliably solo Omega Planetus, and so if you're struggling, I wanted to make this video so that you can figure out how to beat him pretty easily as well. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so let's quickly talk about the build I used, because I think that really helps a lot. The main thing you want to do is to make sure you just have enough survivability to make sure you can keep on attacking the monster, and can heal up and get back into the fight. Damage uptime is damage, so if you're able to survive better and heal faster, then that's going to be a huge difference. And so a lot of the defensive skills are just the most efficient ones, but the main important thing that's super important is making sure you have recovery speed up, 1 or 2, while also having fire resistance up to at least 10. So if it's up at least 10, you can eat to get 10 more fire res and go up to 20, and once your fire res is 20, you are immune to the fire blight, which is very important. So between recovery, speed, and immunizer, which you can drink, you will heal off most of the monster's chip damage. Fire Blight stops you from healing naturally, so making sure you have 20 fires is super important. So that means when you get hit, you can heal up very quickly and get back into the fight. So for that reason, I also have Mushroom Answer 1, and I have Speed Eating 3. So basically, whenever I'm going to get hit, you'll see in the fight, I'm going to eat up and just go straight back into it. I also have Defense Boost 6. You can only get Defense Boost 5 if you use a normal charm, like a craftable charm, but I have Defense Boost 6 here because I have a custom charm. Not really necessary. Divine Blessing 3. Very nice survivability skill. Quick Sheath 3 I use because I'm longsword, but other people probably like it as well to make sure you can heal faster. I have Wide Range 2 over here. I think there's an alternative build that uses 2 Arc Vulcan pieces and loses out on the Blango piece to lose out on Wide Range, but you do get the Arc Vulcan set as well. I'll possibly post that on screen right now. But this will also get some nice offensive skills as well. So you get Max Smite 3, you get Counter Strike 1, you get Agitator 1, so decent offense as well. And you go Attack Boost 5 and Wide Flame Torrent. So Wide Flame Torrent is pretty good because it is nice independent damage, so if you have no other damage skills, it's quite efficient. But we also have Attack Boost 5, which is very nice with our low affinity to get us some good damage out. So yeah, we actually have a decent mix of offense and defense, but most importantly, we are able to recover pretty well thanks to recovery speed 2, immunize which we're going to eat, and speed eating, and fire resistance. So yeah, let's get to it. So I already ate already, so you can see my fire res is up to 25, which is very nice. And so when you post the quest, basically we want to make sure we have our support hunters with us. So I will be optional over here, so we can go post join settings. So I selected my support hunters. I selected Kai because hunting horn support is very nice. Alessa and Mina both had shields, which is why I picked them, but what's very cool is that so Kai can get a stun off, Alessa and Mina can also get power clashes. So you get some nice CC from your allies as well. Yeah. Now, one other thing is that you have the cool emote, which gets you some nice damage off. So that's this Pom motif, or the Solar Pictomancer. This is fairly strong in this fight. You can use it if you want to get more damage off. I think there are some good opportunities to use it when, say, the monster is using the mustard attack, which I'll show you later, or the laser attack, or you can just, ignore it. Since I have Mushroom Answer, I make sure I have a Toadstool, which helps me keep up in HP. I have Blue Mushroom as well, and the rest are just generic buff items. That shouldn't be a demon drug, that should be a hot drink, because it's going to be in a cold area. I cannot find my hot drinks. There we are. Okay, so with that, let us start the fight. Okay, so first up, you just want to make sure we can get some good, decent buffs off. It'll help up, but the main one we need is just immunizers, so that's Toadstool here. The other powders are very nice as well, but they aren't so important. With Wide Range, they'll also buff the support hunters, which is nice. But again, not super necessary. And let's go into it. So the main thing is you want to make sure you attack the legs for the most damage and also for some wounds, which will weaken the attacks. It's going to do this fist attack. You can break the fists with any attack. So they're going to target each of the players they'll home in on you, but you can attack it to break it. It has this AoE attack, so obviously you don't stand in the middle of the AoE. But the main thing we're going to do is just kind of try and get out of its way and attack the legs if we can. If you attack the head, you can get aggro, but the support hunters are going to do a decent job of collecting aggro for you. So yeah, you'll see me try and attack these legs for a bit and try and get my gauge up. And yes, so eventually there are a few ways you can create these shields, and if you stay in these shields, most monsters' attacks won't get through it. So I'm just going to try and stay inside the shield and attack whatever I can reach from inside the shield. So even though I'm in the AoE, it's not going to do anything. The hand will go straight through it, as you can see, but that's fine. And you can see when I get hit, I can just quickly blue mushroom and get back into the fight. A longsword is great at mounts, so what you want to try and do is when you try and do your finisher, you want to be on the monster's head, because that'll create another shield, which means some free damage basically. So I'm just jumping back and forth until I break things. It's probably better to get the mount on in the second region, but this is fine. So I have the shield up, so now I can just go all in on some damage for a bit. It'll be stress-free for a while. I'm just going to leave already. So yeah, pretty efficient first stage. Probably too efficient because I wasted the mount, but that's okay. Get back into the fight. Now you might have noticed I didn't use any sharpen boosting skills. That's just because it's going to move from place to place fairly often, so you're going to have plenty of opportunities to sharpen. And also, you know, attack boost 5 is so efficient that sharpness skills aren't going to be that useful. So this is the mustard bomb. It'll create an AoE of fire wherever you land, so just stay away from your allies. Try and get to a wall or something, and that area will do a lot of damage, so don't fall in there. So that's good. 2 this is meant for me. So it's going to do this fire attack. Sometimes it'll do 2 in a row in a different region. So you're going to see these small things. This will create a shield if you break the glowing one. So that gives you some safety. But he's too far away and I want to do some damage, so I'm going to ignore the shield for now. Let's try and attack things. Sweet, it's me the shield. I can go towards the shield. Oof. Oh, or not. Okay. Low on health, heal up. You can see the power of Speed Eating 3. Okay, so this is the angry mode. We want to try and knock out of it by breaking wounds. This is also a good time to mount if you haven't mounted already, but I already did. So you can see it's mustard bombing one of our allies, which means, you know, good opening for us. That's a good chance to use the paint spell. And so is this, because it's hard to get a good weak point if it wasn't targeting me. So this does decent damage. You can see that's like a bunch of 60s, so that's nice. Ooh, wound. So pop that. If I pop enough wounds, it'll get a knockdown, and it'll knock out of its little enraged mode. They call it Pankritor mode, which I think means like God mode, if I remember my Greek. But yeah, so we're just going to attack the legs while we can. It can heal its wounds like the Guardian monsters, so don't let the wounds stay on for too long. So there we go. So the Savage mode has... I probably won't spoil the Savage mode for now, actually. You can see that when you get to it. So there's the laser. Good time to use the wing motif for more damage. So how this works is you have 2 weak attacks and then 1 very strong and fast attack. So my next one's going to be very good. You'll see it when it comes out. The cool thing is that your support hunters can also use these spells, which is pretty cool. They really made the support hunters useful in this fight, which is nice, because this thing cannot be done solo. Well, this thing is even hard to do solo. I still don't know how it is the first try. Okay, I'm completely failing. I also need to sharpen. Stay between those fingers to dodge that attack. Oops, I keep doing that. Hot drink. Yep, so there's a so it'll rotate like 45 degrees. You can see that immunizer ran out, so I'd say keeping up immunizer is a priority. Like, it's probably the most important thing you can do. that charge attack does a lot of damage, so try not to get hit by that. The charge attack and the laser are probably its two strongest attacks. You can see my laser. Oh, I think I missed the laser, but that should do like 1400 damage or so, so it's fairly significant. But yeah. Bottom line, we're just trying to attack the legs when we can. See, break the fist by punching it. There's something else. Oof. Gotta charge that. But this is fine. Blue mushroom straight back into the fight. And you can see just how useful the fire res and whatever else is. So normally a lot of these attacks would give me fire blight, and so I wouldn't be able to naturally heal up. But thanks to fire res, I can, you know, just blue mushroom and get back to it straight away, instead of needing a mega potion or a max potion or rolling the fire away. So this is the nice knockdown you get when you break enough wounds when it's on the Pan-Krator mode. Ah, missed my Helmbreaker. So sometimes it'll like rampage around and do 3 of those aerial attacks in a row. When it does that, that's the focus, like the weak point exposing attack. So just focus strike the legs. I'm not sure if we'll do that here, but I'll point it out when it happens. Let's go. Low on sharpness. Yeah, so you have so many options for sharpen just because it's always charging and moving around. Mustard bomb on me. Be a good ally, keep away from everyone else. And Alessa has the affinity now, that's good. If you're doing multiplayer, try and make sure someone always has affinity, because it has some really strong attacks that get weaker with affinity, especially the MRV something attack. So we've got some shields up, so try and stay within the shields. You can see that my play, is a bit sloppy, but the power of the build and the power of the support hunters means it's not going to be too difficult. And that's phase 2 done. Sweet, 2 more phases to go. Sweet, okay, let's go. Sharpen up. Don't even need to heal up, really. Reapply immunizer. It should also affect my allies, which is nice. Give ourselves some buffs. So this phase has Minerva, so be very careful. I'll point at Minerva as in like its ultimate attack, so be careful. I'll point it out when it happens. It'll be very obvious when it happens. Why do I keep doing that? Wound. This means on all the legs. I'm gonna try and break them all. Someone broke that one. So larboard and starboard are 2 of its spin attacks. So larboard makes it spin left and starboard spins right. If you can react fast enough to that. This area does have like a rockfall section towards the edge, but I won't aim for that now. Just trying to get damage off and try not to die. See when it gets mustered on someone else, good opportunity to keep on attacking. So that, light attack reduces someone's max HP. So don't get hit by that. They got the power clash, which is when the fist punches the weapon, which is pretty cool. I think this is the Nova. Yeah, the Delta attack. So what it does is it makes a billion things appear, including a Nursilla. And if you don't kill the Nursilla fast enough, it just OKOs everyone, one-KOs everyone, and you can't leave, you can't escape. So you just basically need to go all in and attack it. There are these Cactuars which you can attack, or the Malbros which you can status it, like give it power or something. With support hunters and decent uptime, you shouldn't have too much of an issue. But also, if we do fail, it's only 1 card. So yeah, like, assuming we played well enough until now, even if we fail this, it's not going to be that bad. Yeah, it spins fully, so don't stand in the same spot. You either run around it or try and counter it. But yeah. Someone did point out that the elements that Omega is weak to, Dragon and Thunder, are the same elements that Nursilla is like resistant to. So that makes it a bit rough. But here, by using Wildflame Torrent, which has a non-elemental effect, you know, we're getting decent damage off. But yeah. Oh, charged at 80%. Okay, apparently I did fail this one. But yeah, you'll see that, you know, even if I cart, I'll be perfectly fine. Oh, okay, sweet. I slayed it. That's good. So you can stay with this shield now. Good time to buff up and sharpen. Oof. I hopped on my Sacred too quickly. That was entirely just me being dumb. Okay, so don't do that. Don't hop on your Sacred too early. But yeah, I'm not going to restock. I'll just show you what it's like, you know, if you don't restock. But so now I have Fortify, so now I have some decent defense and, you know, damage buffs, which is nice. You'll hear the background music change, which is pretty cool. And Immunize is running low, so make sure you reapply Toadstool. I probably should have done that near my allies so that they could get the benefit as well. What else do I need to buff up? Hot drink. Get that ration up. Back in the fight. Oh no. But yeah, look how much little damage I took. Fireblight would have been really bad, but you know, I don't get Fireblight. Took some damage, just healed up with a blue mushroom. Stay on the shield when we can. Okay, yeah, so it can charge straight through the shield. Yep, got fired, but, you know, fully healed off the chip damage before I even got up. Oh, nice mount. I'll equip my Corrupted Mantle once I get off it for the high damage uptime. And bring it down, create a shield from that. And then go all in on damage for a bit. And Fairy Shark on the head for another shield. And it's gonna run away. Okay, sweet. It might throw some explosions around when it leaves the area, so you know, don't completely ignore it yet. And yeah, we're doing pretty well. Rebuff up. On the red mode. I keep mounting it just before it gets into red. Razor time. Paw motif. Can I get a zip hole on it? No, I can't. I tried. So if you break the legs, like completely, you can carve off parts that let you create a shield with a slinger. And you get a knockdown where you can attack the head for a weak point. Like the actual head, like the back, like the little turret that forms on it. I wasn't able to get that in multiplayer. So that's either probably like a coordinated thing or a solo thing. I think the AI allies really want to attack the head to get energy, which means, oh, you can see, so I broke the leg. So now I can Helmbreaker this turret. Oh, I can try to Helmbreaker the turret. Apparently I'm gonna miss completely everything. But I can carve this. That's not the right thing to carve. Oh, someone else must have carved it. Okay. But you can carve the broken leg part and place down the shield, which Alessa seemed to have done. Yeah, there's another leg break. I won't get around in time. Ah, you can see that the other part came off. Maybe you're able to slinger it, I don't know. Oof, yeah, you can see I took decent damage from the card and from the charge, but all my defense and fortifying is, you know, not a huge issue. Laser, good time to wing motif. You can't really target the legs when it's, you know, floating with a laser, which is why I can do it then. Did I see somewhere to focus strike? Oh, Alyssa did it. And yeah, it's already almost done, so let me Helmbreaker it, and this might be it, if I'm lucky. Ah. Come on, yeah. Focus strike the head, new shield. Laser, bam, 1300 damage. Head broken. It's getting very angry. Oh, I walked into the shield just as it broke. That was rough. The fast attack's really good because when it's the rocket punch, because you know you're more easily to break. It's more easy to break the rockets with faster attacks. Yeah, so you get hit by the rocks. Yeah, this is that attack that you really want someone to have energy for. Oof, that was rough. Almost carded there. But I didn't, because I wasn't fire blinded. Fire blind would have killed me there, because I wouldn't have been able to naturally heal. Oh, laser time. Palm motif. Okay, this last bit is going a bit slow. I feel like it's been like like almost dead for a long time. Turn right if it's starboard. The trick is that starboard has an R and larboard has an L, which is R and L. Oh, now I'm in green sharpness. But I'm too proud to try and resharpen. Wing motif. Yeah, so you can see I'm more or less just fooling around now because there was no stress. I think I killed it with my painting, which is pretty cool. But yeah, as you can see, that was not very difficult. Like, way easier than doing it solo with a full offensive set. Ooh, gem. So, yeah, basically... Ooh, a second gem? Nice. I can fully craft the armor piece. Maybe I'll make that video next. But yeah, so the main thing is make sure you have support hunters because, you know, multiplayer scaling. And make sure you have high defense. Mostly you want recovery speed, immunizer, and fire res. Those are the main tricks to beat Omega on your own. And once you have that, you know, you've got nothing to worry about. So, yeah, let's check out that time. Duty complete. my duty in making this video is complete. 19 minutes, not very fast, but you know, you can see that it was straightforward. So yeah, that's basically going to be it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully you have good luck in fighting this guy. See you all next time. Bye. Oh, and thanks to my Patreon supporters, which are on screen.